What is up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the obviously awesome Dr. Disaster. And guess what, folks? It looks like Sucker Punch is afraid of us. They are clearly afraid of facing gamers because they just put out a new trailer for Ghost of Yotei, and I'll be damned. It's on Blue Sky, and it's on YouTube, but son of a gun, for some reason, they didn't put it on X.
I'm so f***ing scared right now!
As I'm sure everyone knows by now, last week, after Charlie Kirk was tragically murdered in cold blood by a deranged progressive lunatic, a senior developer over at Sucker Punch named Drew Harrington decided to say some pretty shitty things about Charlie Kirk, joking about his death and seemingly celebrating it. Sucker Punch ended up firing the employee because their game is so close to release and they want to avoid negative attention as much as possible, but they have said nothing about it publicly, and we all know by now that it must be because they aren't sorry.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
The thing is, they were always chasing after the modern audience with this game. They decided not to use Jin Sakai as the main character in this sequel, deciding instead to replace him with a girl boss. That was the first red flag, but then they hired Erika Ishii, an absolute clown show LGBT activist who has said some insane shit in the past.
Can I say turfs? Can I say
Turfs.
turfs? And
I think these people are completely nuts.
So yeah, they thought they would go after the modern audience with this new game, Ghost of Yotei, but what is funny now is watching Sucker Punch scramble to release things about this upcoming game, knowing that people have turned on them in a big way because of the Charlie Kirk situation. The trailer that they just put out on YouTube is already almost ratioed after just a few hours, and all the comments are about Charlie Kirk. They thought they would chase after the modern audience. They thought they could be sustained by the progressive shitlibs out there, but gamers are not having it. Gamers are destroying them. Modern audience. Here, modern audience.
I've got a little snack for you.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've had a lot of people tell me recently that they have been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel, so make sure that you check on that. And there's been a lot of talk about restricted mode being automatically enabled for a lot of users on YouTube, which would cut you off from a lot of your favorite channels. So don't forget to check into that as well, and turn it off if it has been turned on and you don't want it. But alrighty, let's have a look at what we've got going on with this new Ghost of Yotei trailer. As of the time of this recording, they are currently sitting on this trailer at about 89,000 views in just a few hours, and the ratio is already looking pretty rocky for these guys, with 8.8 thousand likes to 6.4 thousand dislikes. Now, if you know much about how ratios tend to go on YouTube videos, usually the hardcore fans of a franchise swarm in to slobber all over it and shower it with likes right at first, but then, over the course of the first few days, the people who are unhappy with whatever's going on with the franchise that put out the video, they tend to start coming in and hitting it with dislikes. So, with that in mind, it would not be surprising at all if this thing was ratioed by sometime tomorrow, if not sooner. It will almost certainly be ratioed, it's just a matter of when, and that is quite a departure from what we have seen on Ghost of Yotei trailers in the past. The Song of Vengeance trailer from a few weeks back during Gamescom, that one currently has about 425,000 views on it, and currently there are 20,000 likes compared to 4,000 dislikes. They weren't getting a lot of likes back then because I don't think people have been terribly excited about this game ever since we heard that we weren't getting Jin Sakai back as the protagonist, but they weren't being ratioed either. I just think there was a bit of a lackluster response to the game. The people at Gamescom, as we know now, infamously were pretty non-responsive when they watched this trailer, not really cheering or responding much at all, but anyhow, they are absolutely getting, Sucker Punch that is, getting a response this time, and it is not looking good for them with only a few weeks before the game releases. My dudes, look at these comments, and behold, Sucker Punch is facing the wrath of people who are fed up with companies going out of their way trying not to piss off the progressive left. You have to scroll down quite a ways to find a single positive thing that anyone is saying about this. Let's read what some of the comments are saying though, and get a good chuckle out of it. Friend of the channel Yellow Flash, a gentleman and a scholar, is right at the top saying simply, "Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk." But anyhow, then this guy posted, "Rest in peace, Charlie, you'll be remembered, Sucker Punch will not." Yup, they will be just another in a long line of companies from this era who bowed to the leftist activist crybabies and they got clobbered for it. But then this guy said, only clicked to see if the comments were gonna be, and I'm happy to see, "Rest in peace, Charlie." And then this guy wrote, "Y'all hired an activist as the main character, you knew what you were doing the entire time, and that is exactly what I have been saying all along. They are all activists working at this company. Hiring Erika Ishii as the main character was all the evidence that I needed that this was a game for me to avoid. As a matter of principle, it is worth dodging something like that just to send a message." But then this guy wrote, "Is it really that hard to denounce your own employees celebrating someone's death?" And the funny thing is, you'd like to think that a lot of these employers, if they had known that they were hiring someone with these sorts of twisted views, they wouldn't have hired them in the first place. You'd like to think that this was a carefully hidden mindset, that was how these people ended up working at companies like this. But based on Sucker Punch's inability to call this guy out, it seems likely that this is a mindset that is pretty generally shared among all these Sucker Punch employees. But here's another person asking basically the same question. A simple statement on how unacceptable it is for employees of Sucker Punch and Sony to celebrate assassinations would go a long way. Why can't you make such a statement? And the thing is, these people have it in their heads at Sucker Punch and Sony that the modern audience is their actual audience. The sooner you understand that, the sooner all of their decisions start to make sense. Everything from the removal of Jin Sakai from the franchise, even though he was very beloved and absolutely had more opportunities for story, but going from that to replacing him with a girl boss character played by the activist Erika Ishii, to the hiring of guys like John Dombrow, a writer from Dragon Age the Veilguard, to filling their ranks at the studio with people who dislike folks like Charlie Kirk. It all makes sense when you realize that they just don't view politically milquetoast, straight men as their target audience, despite the fact that they make up the vast majority of gamers out there. But no, the demographic they wanted were the girl gamers and the they-them crowd and all that sort of thing. This game was first conceived back around 2020 or so, no doubt, right around the time that Ghost of Tsushima was being released, and the world was a different place back then. Culture was absolutely steeped in wokeness, and all of the decisions that they have made for this game have stemmed from that, and now they are reaping the rewards. That is why they have essentially had to retreat from X and didn't post the trailer on there. That is why they haven't made an announcement about how sorry they are that their employee would basically wish for the death of an innocent man because they don't view people who disagree with them politically as their customers. Sure, they'll take your money if you're stupid enough to give it to them, but be real. They do not think that you are the target audience. They don't even really want you around. So let me say this, if you haven't watched this new trailer yet, then type it up, type in 1000 Blades on YouTube and go watch it, and then in the comment section, let PlayStation and Sucker Punch know just what you think of these cowards, and soon we should have a jolly old ratio. But I'm gonna leave it there. Drop your mockery of Sucker Punch and your support for Charlie Kirk and his family into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching me, Hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.